Welcome to Ernst & Young's Automotive Industry Thought Leaders Series. Business insights for a challenging market. With host, Mark Thompson.
In this audio program, we will meet many of the automotive industry's best-known thought leaders and gain valuable insights from chief executive officers who are driving the industry. Our next guest is Larry Yost, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Arvin Meritor. Larry invited us to Arvin Meritor's world headquarters, where Ernst & Young's Randy Miller asked about the key factors driving the company, most notably technology, cost, and quality.
The first key issue is one that I would consider very, very good news for the entire industry, starting with the consumers, and that is that all of the OEs are being relentless on improving quality. The second thing I think is technology. Suppliers that can provide technology and are technology focused like we are, I think are going to be the winners. And of course, what gets the most discussion is cost. The entire global industry is under severe pressure for cost reductions as a result of not being able to get any pricing. So the OEs, as well as all suppliers, have to step up and find ways to continuously and relentlessly reduce cost, and I think the combination of those three is what's going to define those suppliers that are going to be successful in the future.
What do you see as the most significant obstacles or issues that the industry itself as a whole needs to deal with effectively?
The industry has globalized, and those global OEs, as they have moved into various regions of the world, have added capacity. Now, in that type of an environment, the one trend that you can point to, and it's very alarming, is the trend of the decline in return on invested capital. And if that continues, the industry is not going to get the capital that we need to not only grow, but to sustain ourselves. And two things. First of all, the global economy and problems that we've had since September 11th. And I'd ask you to reflect back on the fact that, let's take North American economy, that the auto industry is a very significant proportion of the total economy. Now, picture, if you would, back the week after September 11th of 2001, had the OEs, led principally in North America by GM, said, my goodness, we're concerned about what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. We're going to cut our production by 50%. That would be a major catastrophe for our economy, would have been. But they didn't do that. Rick Wagner and his team and the others said, we are going to keep America rolling. And they launched these programs with the various incentives to keep the sales of cars up there. So I would contend that the auto industry has put a floor under the economy and has helped prop it up at times when all of the other major sectors, all with the only other exception of the housing industry, has been in a free fall. And I think Rick Wagner and the other auto OEs deserve a lot of credit from the American consumer as a result. I would venture to say that what I see happening now at the OE level, our customer level, is absolutely the right thing, where they are determined to develop, build, and sell cars that people want to buy. And when people want to buy, there is the potential of getting the pricing for it. Whereas when you have to buy a car and you're going out and you're buying on price and you have all this capacity problem, you get what we have today. But when you go to the auto show and you see all those concept cars and you see some of the newer models that are being launched, they are exciting. And people are going to want to buy cars, and they're going to want to buy them for reasons other than the fact that they can get zero down, zero into, and zero payments.
What do you see as the value propositions that will continue to be required of the Tier 1 suppliers? Do you have any perspectives on how that's going to evolve?
The fact that the OEs, because of the return on invested capital, they are going to have to do more outsourcing. The value proposition then for the supplier is to be able to step in to provide that manufacturing engineering, and with the economies of scale, if it all works out properly, a supplier should be able to provide the same or similar service for a number of OEs and get greater economies of scale, and that should all be very good. This is not a new trend, though. It goes way back 50 years or 75 years ago. But the difference is 50 or 75 years ago, when they outsourced, they would outsource a drawing to make it to a print for a component. And they've done all that. And OEs make very few components. And then the next level was to have some sub-assemblies made. And most of that's been done. But if they're going to continue, now we've got to get into modules in larger systems. It's just a natural evolution.
What do you see related to joint ventures and supplier collaboration trends?
As I sit here, we have close to 30 joint ventures. And having a strategy set that says we don't have to own everything. All we have to have is access to that technology. And if it is likely that somebody else can provide it better than we, but as a result of some type of an alliance, we can take it to the customer. That's our preferred method. And then the merger that we did, as a matter of fact, was a form of an alliance that has turned out to be very, very successful. The merger, I mean the Arvin Industries and the Meritor. At that time, we could have considered an acquisition, one or the other, but looking at the return on invested capital situation, the fact that we're in an industry where we have to find ways of reducing cost every year, it seemed not very wise for either company to go out and borrow a lot of money and then have to service the debt. It seemed to make a lot more sense for us just to come together as a merger of equals.
Any particular markets that you view as kind of the strategic frontier?
Well, first of all, let me give you a little background. We are today in 27 different countries, about 164 locations. Our respective business headquarters are in various regions of the world. We have one that is in France, one that is in Italy, one that is in Germany, one or two that's in Brazil, one that's in Canada. We've got operations in China and India and South America and Australia, Japan, Korea. We are everywhere we need to be. We do not need to invest in brick and mortar or infrastructure. But our strategy with respect to where we're going to make additional investments is to follow our customers. And when we start working with any one of the OEs, wherever they take that platform, that's where we're going to be. Fortunately, we are, for the most part, there today. But I am so excited about what's going on in the industry as a result of the leadership that we have around the globe in the car companies. These folks really are car folks. They know what they're doing. They're excited. They're passionate about the industry. And they are determined to build cars that people want and make the industry exciting again. And for me, life doesn't get much better than that.